in the Breakfast Club. Jimmy be popping all that bullshit. I be seeing Jimmy talking about, we Gucci boo boo. He in the Gucci store. Talking about, we Gucci boo boo. The Black King niggas was going fuck you up. Jimmy, they was like, Marita Monero.
Jimmy was not a rapper then.
Right.
He was your man, like on the side, like on the side, just he was not a rapper at all.
Right.
So when Ballin' took place, and I'm looking and I'm going, oh, he having a moment. That's the Lloyd Banks. It's Lloyd Banks.
When 50 Cent decides to send a warning, the whole rap scene hits pause for a second. And guess who's right in the middle of it this time? Jim Jones. It all started when Jim got a little too comfortable during an interview, tossing slick comments and throwing shade at 50. He questioned if the 50's really built like that, saying something like, a lot of these dudes act tough for the cameras. We know who's really outside. That one line set the internet on fire. Everyone immediately knew who he was talking about because when it comes to being both business savvy and genuinely street certified, nobody fits that combo better than Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. And let's be honest, disrespect isn't something 50 lets slide.
He wanted that. He was watching them be that, like Mace be that and Cam be that, and looked at, and it was finally, he had one.
Mm-hmm.
And I just looked, and I knew, I just took the shot murder to see, because I wasn't sure he was going to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, we like Jimmy better than you anyway, Cam. Then you got to watch and see how he responds. And then when you see, he like, oh, he really like that. Like, give me this, give me Jimmy. Yeah, tell him we want him. We want you at the show, Jimmy. Yo, but that was one of those things I just threw it out and see what. And then when he bit to it, because it was like.
Within hours, 50 clapped back the only way he knows how. No diss track, no loud rant, just a cold, calculated Instagram post that sent chills through the industry. He wrote, some of y'all better chill before I remind the city what really happened. No names, no tags, but everyone instantly caught the message. The timing, the tone, the caption, it all said one thing loud and clear, Jim Jones, watch yourself. Fans flooded the comments in seconds, dropping lines like 50 about to air somebody out and Jim better chill before the receipts drop. And here's where it gets wild, when 50 says remind the city, he's not talking about rap bars or old rumors. He's talking about real-life situations that rappers pray never see daylight. That's what makes it dangerous. 50 doesn't move off emotion, he moves off strategy. He's a chess player surrounded by people still playing checkers. Every post, every caption, every word, it all serves a purpose. So when he drops a message like that, it's not for clout. It's a warning shot, plain and simple. And just like that, the internet exploded. Every hip-hop page, every blog, every fan account reposted it on loop, saying one thing, 50's back in his villain era. Even people close to Jim were reportedly telling him to cool it, because this wasn't just another rap spat. This one had history written all over it.
We saw a clip on Instagram where a young kid was comparing you to Nas and saying that you got
that's my young boy.
big hits.
Wow.
Yo, he looked to you. He learned how to wear the BB Simon belt from you. He got his swag. Like, how crazy is that? Because in my era, you know what I'm saying, Nas is like a god.
In my era too. I mean,
so to be compared,
yeah. Let me
that young kid out.
He was young, and we loved that he loved Jim.
50 and Jim have been circling each other for years. This tension goes way back to the old Dipset versus G-Unit days, shady industry politics, behind-the-scenes drama, and street rumors that stretch way past music. But here's where it gets wild. This isn't 2005 anymore. 50's not just a rapper these days. He's a mogul, a TV powerhouse, and a full-blown media boss. When he speaks, the internet stops to listen. So that one post didn't just hit Jim, it shook the whole culture. Fans were saying, yo, 50 got more power now than ever, while Jim's still out here talking reckless like it's old times. That's why this whole thing hits different. Because 50's not moving like an artist anymore. He's moving like a man who can crush an entire reputation with a single post.
Nas was my idol when I was young. Like you did, came to dressing, the wordplay, the music, everything. I was a superior Nas fan. Period. I'd never take that away from him. But then as I got in the game, you got to realize that your rivals would be idols, and not to take anything away from that. I developed my own style and my own lane that these kids start to gravitate towards the same way I gravitated towards Nas when I was younger and things like that. It's a whole different generation. We talking about 94, 93. I was in 11th grade. Nigga, it's 2025. There's a big gap there, you know what I mean? And I want people to understand that. So when Shorty's telling people that, yeah, he's 20-some years old, that goes to show the part of the era that he's in that I came into light. And
so yeah, Jim probably thought it was just another slick comment to get the internet buzzing. But the moment 50 Cent fired back, the whole energy shifted. It went from laughs and memes to serious questions like, wait, what does 50 actually know? And when that kind of whisper starts spreading in hip-hop, everyone gets tense, because that usually means something big could be brewing. To understand why 50's warning hits so hard, you've got to rewind a bit to where all this tension really began. The roots of that G-Unit versus Dipset rivalry. Back in the early 2000s, New York had the rap game in a chokehold. On one side, you had 50 Cent and G-Unit dominating charts and radio. On the other hand, Cameron and Dipset were holding down Harlem with unmatched swagger and style. Two powerhouse movements, repping different corners of the city, both running their lanes with pride. It never blew up into a full-blown war, but that rivalry always lingered, built on ego, pride, and that unspoken question every New York rapper wanted to answer, who's really the king of the city?
Hear the comparisons and then Nick be trying to act funny when it comes. No, I've been spanking a lot of this. I'm talking about the industry. I've been putting on. So let's not get into that where we get into numbers and I got to show you the statistics of what I've done. You heard to what other people was done. You heard them. You want to go to the Billboard entries, pull up Nas Billboard entries, then pull up my Billboard entries.
Listen, we can't compare the two. What I'm trying to tell you
is I want to go there. I want to go down the line now because now we going down the line. He's a rapper and I'm a rapper.
Listen,
let's go statistically.
It feels great.
No, but I want to go statistically because when people be like,
Jim Jones, being Dipset's loudest voice, made sure his presence was felt. He kept reminding everyone that Harlem's energy hit different from Queens. But let's be honest, 50's track record speaks for itself. The man built an empire from nothing, survived shootouts, label beefs, and every kind of industry chaos you can imagine. He never had to prove he was real. He lived it every single day. That's why fans always saw Jim's comments as jealousy disguised as confidence. Deep down, everyone knows 50 earned his stripes the hard way. Fast forward to now, and the difference is night and day. 50's a multi-millionaire mogul running hit shows like Power and BMF, expanding his brand across the globe. Meanwhile, Jim's still out here chasing buzz, name-dropping other rappers just to stay in the mix. So when 50 dropped that warning, it didn't sound like rap beef, it sounded like a boss checking an employee. Straight know your lane energy. And the whole culture felt that power shift instantly. Word is, this wasn't some random post either. 50 had been watching Jim's slick talk for months. From the little jabs at Modellery and Cameron to now taking shots at 50 himself, Jim's been poking too many branches of the same tree. And now, that heat he's been stirring up? It's finally making its way back to him.
Hey, bro, you been at this thing, but lyrically, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you.
Yeah,
y'all
but look how you dress.
Nas.
Look how you dress. You don't even be in the same places I be in. And the things
I can be in the church house. You can't F with Nas lyrics. I don't know who told you that. Now look, y'all know you on that good stuff, but you're not seeing Nas. You're not seeing Nas, bro. Let's be real.
You got a bunch of 40 and 50-year-olds in their panties because I said I'm better than Nas.
It don't matter.
Look at you. Look at you.
Nobody from Dipset.
Online, people weren't holding back. Folks started clowning Jim, calling him Harlem's noisy neighbor, saying he talks more than he actually raps these days. The truth? Jim's trying way too hard to prove something nobody's even asking about. He keeps reminding everyone he's outside, that he's real Harlem. But let's be real, in 2025, that street image doesn't hit the same anymore. The game shifted. It's about moves, not mouth. And that's exactly where 50 shines. When he dropped that post, fans said it felt like a time warp, like Get Rich or Die Tryin' era vibes. 50 had stepped back in for a second. The tone, the confidence, the cold mystery behind it, it reminded everyone why 50's name still carries weight and why it still sparks a little fear. 50 doesn't argue. 50 pulls files. So when he said, "Remind the city," people started whispering immediately because everyone knows his roots and real connections run deep all over New York. Jim's response? Silence. No posts, no clapbacks, no Instagram lives, nothing. That quiet alone spoke volumes. When 50 calls you out and you stay quiet, that's not peace, it's pressure. And right now, Jim's feeling that heat. Once the warning went viral, things escalated fast. Internet detectives came out heavy, digging into the history between these two, and that's when the story started taking a darker turn. For years, whispers about tension between 50 and Jim have floated around, stuff way beyond music. Street business deals gone sideways, alliances that got messy behind the scenes. Nothing officially confirmed. But when 50 said, "Remind the city," fans were convinced he was hinting at something specific, something that could flip the narrative in a heartbeat. Speculation ran wild. Some swore it had to do with old Harlem street ties, others said it was about that messy label drama back when 50 and Cameron were beefing hard.
Nobody else. Me, Jim Jones. Check my track record. Then check everybody else's track record. Then go to the billboards and check all my entries. Then check all them entries. And like if you want to go to the billboard entries, pull up Nas billboard entries. Then pull up my billboard entries.
Can we address one thing though?
Go ahead.
Jim Jones has 9 entries in the Billboard 200 with 3 top 10 albums and no number ones, while Nas has 27 entries, 16 top 10 albums, and 6 that have reached number 1 on the Billboard 200.
Right now, 2020.
Remember that legendary on-air argument between Cam and 50 on Hot 97? Yeah, that one still has a permanent spot in hip-hop history. And through it all, Jim was right there, backing Cam every step of the way.
I'm in the game still rapping at a high capacity. If Nas wants to smoke, come in the booth. I will rap
You don't want
circles
no
around.
smoke.
Jim Jones is rapping at a high capacity right now in 2025. I'm on record as saying I think some of the best music that's been coming out of New York in recent years has been from Jim Jones. I haven't seen Nas in that mode. Nas still makes great music at a high level. I just haven't seen Nas in that, let's get.
Even though years passed, that tension never really went away. 50 evolved, leveled up, stacked millions, and built an empire, while Jim kept the same energy alive, dropping little shots in interviews like the past never left. Now, it looks like karma finally circled back. People online are saying Jim should have kept 50's name out of his mouth, especially knowing how petty and calculated Curtis can be. This is 50 Cent we're talking about, the same guy who's embarrassed rappers, CEOs, even billionaires, all across the internet. Nobody's safe. From Ja Rule to D, once 50 locks in on you, he doesn't quit until you tap out. And if history repeats itself, Jim could be next. The wild part? 50 didn't even have to say much. One post shook the entire game. Rappers started unfollowing Jim. Bloggers dug up old clips of him talking recklessly. Even some of Jim's own Harlem peers went quiet, everyone just holding their breath, waiting to see if 50's about to drop another exposure moment. And if he does, you already know, it's going to break the entire internet.
Jones went on Fat Joe and Jadakiss's. Oh, look, a topic in a topic.
Yeah.
He went on Fat Joe and Jadakiss's podcast and had a lot to say about some dude on the internet that said Jim Jones is better than Nas and has more Billboard hits than Nas.
It was a young kid. I believe he was like 23 or something, 22, 23. And he was saying that for his generation, his era, they don't look at Nas. And a lot of people took offense to that. I personally did not take offense just because of the kid's age, of the generation.
It's like a sports conversation. Like the numbers are the numbers. But in New York City, with rappers, we don't necessarily go by that.
Yes, Travis Scott is the bigger act, more hits, more numbers, more. But to the rappers, don't nobody give a about what Travis Scott.
Then, just a few days later, fans noticed something strange. 50 deleted that post. And that move? It made people even more suspicious. Because when 50 deletes something, it's never by accident. Usually, it means he's either plotting something bigger or already setting moves in motion behind the scenes. Classic 50. Silence is his weapon. That's the real difference between him and most rappers. They talk for clout, he moves for impact. Meanwhile, Jim's staying quiet, acting like he's unbothered. But come on, nobody's buying that. When 50 Cent steps into your world, even silence feels heavy. Every podcast, tweet, or random quote gets twisted by fans, wondering if it's another shot or a setup for what's coming next. Everyone's on edge, waiting for the next move. And here's the kicker, this isn't even about music anymore. It's about pride. Jim Jones built his whole image on being tough, repping Harlem like no one else. Now, the internet is roasting him as the guy who accidentally woke up 50 Cent. And trust me, that's never a good title. When you wake 50 up, he doesn't just clap back, he buries you in front of the world. Now that the warning's gone viral, the big question is, what's next? Is 50 about to drop heavy receipts, or is he just turning up the pressure, forcing Jim to back down quietly? Either way, the message is clear, 50 Cent doesn't play when it comes to respect. Certain names shouldn't speak on him unless they're ready for the consequences. See, 50 isn't just a rapper anymore. He's a global brand, an empire. Every time someone drags his name into low-level drama, he flips it into a business opportunity. He'll clap back, sure, but always smart, grabbing headlines, promoting his shows, keeping his power locked in. That's the key difference between him and Jim. 50 turns tension into profit, while Jim keeps turning it into problems. People online started lining their careers side by side, and the gap was crystal clear. 50's been rich, relevant, and respected for over 2 decades. His name still carries weight in every room. Jim? He's grinding, no doubt. But lately, his biggest buzz comes from interviews and internet moments, not chart-topping hits. That's why fans say this whole back and forth exposed a bigger truth, Jim's chasing validation, while 50 already owns it. And the craziest part? Some fans believe 50's warning wasn't just aimed at Jim. It was a message to the whole industry, a reminder that even in 2025, he can control the conversation anytime he wants. One cryptic line, and the internet locks in for a week. That's not hype, that's power. Meanwhile, Jim's stuck in a tough spot. If he claps back, 50 will unload, no mercy. If he stays quiet, the world labels him soft. Either way, he's playing 50's game now. Checkmate. That's why people say 50 doesn't just beef, he plays chess. Every move is calculated, every post purposeful. He's always 3 steps ahead while the rest are still reacting. Even other celebs chimed in, warning Jim to let this one go because everyone knows 50 doesn't forget. He sits back, watches, gathers info, and strikes when the timing's perfect. That's why 50 Cent's warning went viral. That post wasn't content, it was a statement. A reminder that certain names still hold power, and some rivalries never fade. The 50's message was simple, don't play with me. He's built too much, accomplished too much, to waste time entertaining clowns. Now, the whole hip-hop world is watching. Will Jim defend his pride, or stay quiet before 50 turns that warning into a full-blown expose? One thing's certain, when 50 says, I'll remind the city, you can bet he's sitting on something heavy. And that's where things stand now, tension in the air, silence on both sides, and a culture on edge waiting for 50's next move. Because if there's one thing we've learned, it's that when 50 Cent goes quiet, it's never over. It's just the calm before the storm. He doesn't do random. Every word, post, deleted caption, it's all part of the play. Jim might hope it blows over, but history says otherwise. 50 strikes when no one expects it, flips the narrative with one post. Hip-hop hasn't seen this kind of tension in a minute. Fans are locked in, waiting to see if this becomes another legendary chapter in the 50s list of power moves, or if Jim finds a way to bounce back without getting buried. Whatever happens next? One thing's guaranteed, it's going to be wild. So hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and stay tuned, this story is far from over. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming.